So I wanted to make a couple quick videos just in case I wasn't available and you wanted something to look at. I'm going to really just quickly go through what some people had in terms of calculations, right? So I think this is what we kind of looked at in class the other day. I'm going to just paste this here, looking at the loss of water and then divided by a period of time. And then I'm going to just go ahead and do this per the surface area so that we can actually compare these different plants. And a lot of people were looking at, really just typing the formula once and then dragging to apply it. But you might just want to check, is this actually the right formula for your last box? And that looks good. So what some people started doing were, and actually I'm going to insert calculating averages. And then also I'm going to do standard deviation, and we can actually kind of see what this is when we get some numbers. And again, we talked about, if you want to make this a more accessible number, you might just multiply by 1,000 and say, instead of this being grams, this is milligrams. And so you might just want to, right here, this is milligrams of water lost per hour per centimeter squared. All right, so if I want to find my mean, and oftentimes they'll kind of guess, is this what you want? And let's see, actually, nope, that's definitely not what I want. So I want to select, these are the transpiration rates that I want the average of. So we can kind of see that, that average makes sense. What our standard deviation is going to show us is about how much do these individual data points vary from that average. And so you can see that, if the highest data point is 1.2 and the lowest is 0.36, our standard deviation might be something like 0.4. But let's go ahead and just see. So we'll say this is the formula that we want. And you're actually going to still select those values. So that was 0.4. And then again, I don't need all these data points. This is telling me by about how much, and I'm actually going to keep these to two. Okay. So this, if I just go ahead and copy these formulas and put them here, right, this should be my lamp average transpiration rate, and then this is my standard deviation. So if you're going to go ahead and now make a graph from this, sometimes it helps to sort of redo a quick little data table here. So I might have lamp, and actually I'm going to call this my control. It's my no lamp. Does the lamp have, and then this is my transpiration rate. And so here I'm going to put in my averages, and then I'm going to put my standard deviation in right here. And then I can just link these. So my transpiration rate here is this one. And then this transpiration rate, I don't know if that hooked up. This is my 1.5. And then my standard deviation is this number over here, 0.46. And then this one is this 0.55. So I'm going to kind of link these up. So here's where in Excel you can graph standard deviation really easily to show, again, the variation in those data points. In Google Sheets, it's not quite as easy. So I'm going to show you guys a little workaround that might help here. But normally, right, if you just selected this data and you, my little chart icon's not up there, but I can say insert chart, and probably just like a bar chart is, that's basically what we're looking for. So the trick here is that if I go to my series and I say I want to add these error bars, you have to, Google Sheets, again, like Excel can do this, but Google Sheets will end up putting the same exact, like this is a % of my value. That means nothing to me. Even if you click standard deviation, that's not going to put on the right thing. So actually what we have to do is add each control and lamp as a separate series to be able to put on the right error bar for each one of those that is actually representative of that value. So I'm actually going to go ahead and delete this chart. But now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert cells to the left and shift right. So I'm just going to separate these. I'm going to cut this one, put it here. Now I'm going to insert these as two different series. And actually, I think I just want to do this. But let me see if this will work. Insert chart. I want my, yeah, so my x-axis, I'm just going to say, I'm going to remove the x-axis. And so here's my P5 and 6. And sorry, I should have put the numbers in my little, actually, let me see if I can do this. Move this over here. So I want P5 and 6, and then I'm going to add this other series, which is O5 and 6. So now they're both on there. And I can actually do, yeah, they don't have exactly the one that I want. Actually, we could do this. We could use row 5 as labels. No, that's not going to work. We could have put these, like I could put control up here and potentially use those as the labels. So this was my control, and this was my lamp. Use row 5. Nope. Here, let me try that again. I'm going to do this. I think if I get my label in there, it will work. I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, let me see. There's got to be a way that I can get those labels in there. But anyway, to get the error bars on here, I'm going to go to my series. And if you want, if you're going to put error bar, you're going to say, instead of applying, I'm only going to put the error bar on this blue one for now. All right, so this is my lamp. And then I'm going to say, I want to set the value for that error bar. And it's not going to be 10, it's going to be 0.55. Right, so that's my error bar for the lamp value. And then let's go to, I want to do column 2. And then I want to say, I want to put on my error bar. I'm going to say the value for it. And then this one is 0.78. And so now I have this representation of, yeah, I have to change some things about my graph. But, you know, now I have my control, right? Here's my, oh, shoot, I put the wrong standard deviation, 0.46. 46. And then did I put the wrong one for this one? Let me look. No, that one's right. So it should be that this one's a little bit, so this will show me where the transpiration rates are without the lamp and the lamp. And the thing that now I have to try to figure out is how to get those labels on there for the series. So let's see. Add labels. Okay, here's what I want to do. And the label, I wonder if I can do this. Yeah, I need to figure this out, but remove the labels. I wonder if I can just write this in. All right, well, anyway, I don't need to bore you with this. I'm going to figure this out. But anyway, so yeah, so that's the thing I'm going to figure out before class today. But hopefully you have an idea. I'm going to remove that. That here we could compare the transpiration rates and see where those individual values were. A couple things about customizing the chart, and some of you guys might know these. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to label these things, but you know, chart and axes title, so I could do, actually here, I want my vertical axis to be transpiration rate. And mine, I think I put this in, was it milligrams per hour per centimeter squared. Okay. And then horizontal would be like condition, and then this is no lamp and lamp. But again, like that's the thing that I need to figure out how to label those two. Okay.